Serendipity over Team Falcons Vega.
Essentially, debut game in any international event, right? I don't think we've seen her anywhere else, really. And CFU is not disappointed with a variety of picks. We saw that they lacked a little bit of fundamentals in the last game. Is this maybe comfort for them?
All right, to their defense, it's less about them lacking and more of just Team Falcons Vega having the solution. Team Falcons Vega coming from a very developed region such as Indonesia, going up against CFU Serendipity, who, by the way, have some veterans. It's just tough to cut it close, you know what I mean? Looking at the laning this time around, Yui and we have here Abby roaming around. I'm still excited to see what this Jushin brings to the table. Going up against the mid lane matchup here. Check it out now, Thal and Funi. Oh wow, look at this. You can't beat the reliable damage of Valentina.
You definitely can't. Whoa. But a nice grab onto Thal, brings Thal back. But we're already seeing the possibilities with the Jushin. Going to be interesting how this works out in a lot of these team fights. It's something we haven't gotten to see yet. Moshi Bang maybe looking for something here.
All right. Oh no, Yui! Forced the flicker. She's put down 1/10 of her health. She's going to be sent home. That's a TKO. Tagami thinking about an invade here. I like how Melee just picked the Nolan dead cold right there in that last slot. Up top, Yui Fendi. 2v1.
Major. I mean, both teams kind of playing the back and forth right now. But CFU, I think, know what's at stake here, and they're not forcing anything at all. They're definitely taking a little bit slower. We're going to wait for this first turtle. And we might not see a lot until second turtle, but Falcons Vega doesn't want to let that happen. Look at the damage already. Drag back, though, under the tower. Funi tries to come in, gets some nice damage on a Moshi Bang. Violet brings out the penalty zone, takes a little bit of damage back to herself, and nobody goes down.
All right. I like how CFU Serendipity are playing super disciplined, and they're really holding their ground. The Tagami could have pressed. Oh, no, there's a jump by Thal!
Nice knock up, but Yui able to respond back quickly. Yui needs this level 4 before this turtle, and finally gets it. Both teams a little bit low on health. Got to go back to these buffs.
All right, I'm going to say it now, 2.5 minutes in. There's going to be a point in time where Team Falcons Vega aren't going to rely too heavily on their ult. Like, they can start picking fights. They can just start playing footsies and checking range until CFU Serendipity is forced to push the button, whether that be on a final slash, on a quad shadow kill. And now here we go.
Tagami looking for the angle in, gets in and takes the turtle. A nice take for Tagami. And now they're looking for the turnaround, look for the possible grab onto somebody. Funi runs, Thal runs. They know they don't want to force this fight. They lost what they came for.
As long as Tagami's around and she has the retribution, nothing is truly safe. Until you know that she's under some CC, until you know that she's out and away, you can never count out a potential for a steal down bottom, 1v1.
Golly, Moshi Bang might not be able to get away from this. Hits the final slash, trying to vengeance through. Trying to get away, but falls right into it. First blood over to Violet.
And up top, there's a jump by Thal.
Gets a Tyrant's Revenge. Nice lock on. The damage locks in. Funi able to take out Abby, the Blazing Duet to try to seal the deal, to try to turn things around. Tagami able to find Melee. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Team Falcons Vega not giving up just yet. Yue takes a little bit of damage, and Chinshaw might go to top. This is bad. Thal. Tagami has a shield, though. Should be okay.
Yep. Check in with the quad shadow. Let's check out the STC replay. Moshi back. I think she was buying time. They knew that this bigger fight was going to break out up top. And yeah, Abby goes down, but there is a trade found eventually by Tagami. Jungler for a mid laner. I'd say to some extent that was worth it, especially if they could convert. Now in mid, Funi put down to half health. All right, they'll let that go.
I'm still wondering how this Jushin is going to completely play out. Abby's taking a death now. I think it's huge that they got the kill onto Melee, though. We saw how well Melee did last time, especially a farmed Melee, a good fed Melee. And right now, putting this death on a Melee, I think is definitely a win for CFU this early on.
Yeah, slow her down. She does so much when she's ahead. So if CFU Serendipity can find a way to get into a, I don't know, place where they can put some offense on the board, they can definitely maybe even see a 1-1. Now Violet hit with a final slash.
Nice final slash. Penalty zone in response, in comes Thal. Trying to get the Talent's Revenge, unable to lock on to anybody. Away with a beautiful I'm offended onto 3 members, and in comes Tagami. Able to get the kill onto Violet, looking for another one. No. Thal in a bad spot, gonna get pulled back from the Jushin, but doesn't need to because Yue gets the kill first. But Melee up against Yui Fendi. Yui Fendi trying to get away and able to.
All right, very rarely does a Claude walk away from a Nolan, right, with lethal intent. So she plays that mid 1v1 very well. They are going to trade for a turret up top. That's a turtle scored by CFU Serendipity. 2 so far in this 5-minute game.
You got to point it out for Team Falcons Vega, though. Still holding a gold lead. After being a little behind on kills, after being down 2 turtles, still just overall controlling the map with Thal. Gets a knock up on a Moshi Bang. Tagami playing the quad shadow, look for the target. Funi is forced to flicker there. Backs off, uses the IMU. just to get away. CFU unable to get a kill there, but we see the aggression for both teams.
All right, Funi stealing away the ult from Abby's Jushin actually made a difference there. There was a lot of passive ticks that helped not just underneath the turret, but from CFU starting to be pushing forward. Say what you will about this 500, 600 gold lead that the Kamai are behind on, but they're still very aggressive. Dal now finds one.
Oh, continues to be aggressive, just hanging out in these bushes, looking for him nonstop. Able to connect, and if one of those connects onto more than just one person, it's going to be trouble for CFU.
And it's likely, it's easy for Team Falcons Vega to set up, because again, a lot of what Thal wants to do are not her ults. Like, her ult is barely what counts. The jump and the ball is what really gives CFU Serendipity here a massive headache. Approaching the final turtle of the game here, about 45 seconds in. Chinshaw scores her Feather of Heaven there. And best believe, we haven't even seen this Harith be part of fights yet. So there is going to be a power spike coming in from Vega.
And Funi just took that I'm offended, so watch for the big I'm offended play from Funi here. Funi's been a star from game 1 to now, showing up for Team Vega. CFU, though, we see the possibilities they've had here. We see Tagami actually able to pop off on this hero. Thal misses the jump. CFU will be able to get away from this, and a beautiful I'm offended on to Thal. Thal brought down to about 20% health. Here comes a concealed prey from Tagami and Yue. But Team Falcons know it's coming. They back off down to the turtle pit.
A lot of resources spent in there by both roamers. Moshi Bang being an XP laner allows for her to kind of play with the range. Now Thal jumps in.
Another big damage on Yue. Chinshaw able to get the kill, but more damage responding on to Thal. Chinshaw with his Mon's Force able to bounce it back and forth, causing destruction as she moves forth. Thal, Funi down, Yue down as well, but there goes Abby. It's 2 for 2 now. Team Vega evens the playing field, but watch for Moshi Bang so low right now. Gonna try to vengeance through, but does not get away. Violet gets the kill. Yui Fendi, though, trying to pick up some pieces up in the top side, able to take an inhibitor, but Vega doesn't care, because once again, they get the main artery.
STC replay coming in, even in these macro and micro moments, right? The team fight, the map. You'll see that both teams are trying to one-up each other, but so far, it seems like Falcons Vega are the ones who don't let through much. You give them an inch, they take, maybe not a mile, but they take a yard. And that's a lot when you're looking at a game that's this tight. 5 to 6 right now. Last turtle up for grabs. Oh, this is a turtle that's long overdue. Best believe as soon as this resets, it's going to turn into a lord. And, all right, Falcons Vega let it go.
They might be okay with it. Falcons Vega, they have a little bit of a gold lead. They're not too worried about this. There it goes, going to turn into a lord. And while this is happening, Melee knows. Melee's not worried about it. I'm going to get this purple buff. I'm going to farm some more, live my best life.
Yep, which, by the way, Yui Fendi actually dealt more damage than expected. Thal caught out. More
damage on a Thal. Yui tries to lock him up. A nice final slash. Thal unable to do anything. Abby actually gets a kill this time. Here comes a blazing duet. Tagami finds Chinshaw. Violet now on the run. CFU turning the tables, flipping him over, taking him out of a disaster for Team Falcons Vega. A 3 for nothing. Can CFU convert this to a lord, though?
Didn't expect to see that come in that quick. Now Funi playing here in the River Brush. Lets it go. Suddenly a turn of events here that none of us expected. CFU Serendipity folded up Team Falcons Vega, put them in a box and sent them home. You see how far away Melee was? Like, she can't fight against 3 or 4 members of CFU Serendipity, not like that.
Watch for Thal. I mean, Thal's just, and it's maybe at a point now where Thal has to be a little more careful about those jump-ins, a little bit more careful about those face checks on these bushes. If Yue is able to get the catch first, it becomes a problem.
Au contraire, I think it's right for her to just keep throwing herself at the opponent.
Okay.
Because she can afford it. She's a roamer.
Fair.
But
the rest of the team has to be careful.
That, and maybe now you have to consider Team Falcons Vega, they got to be asking themselves, who's the beatdown? Are we in a position of aggression, or should we defend first and then find a way to rope a dope? Right now, I think it's the latter. They're defending up top. There's a mid lane for the CFU.
Oh, and get final slash! Big final slash at that. The Mon's Force does a drop. Nice damage from Yui Fendi. Tagami tries to come in, gets smashed against the wall. Can they capitalize? Tagami with the quad shadow gets the unstoppable kill. And that's the thing, even when they stop Tagami for a second, you just click that ultimate, click that shadow kill, and the damage secured.
Not just. Tagami had a safety net. She had a couple more shadows here to jump by Tal. She knows she can't do this. That's a tier 2 taken down. Yui Fendi gets another push, and that's it. Wow. CFU Serendipity. The Kamai are in control. And at the forefront is Tagami, 5-0-3. the Kamai Kunoichi. Dude, that's why Falcons Vega banned out the Hayabusa in game 1. They knew she was up to something.
They knew, and I was actually very surprised that they switched it up in the draft because they won game 1 with that ban phase, and they drop it and ban out the Vexana.
They let it through.
Yeah, they let it through, ban out the Vexana instead, and now it's fighting. It's taking them down.
It's giving comeback.
It's giving comeback.
All right, so let's talk about Team Falcons Vega's chances for a way to claw back into this. Again, that does sound like we are over-exaggerating the lead that CFU Serendipity has, but honestly, they're playing from a position of, I'd say, they're down, right? Especially after what happened in game 1. But now, looking at 2,000 ahead, CFU Serendipity have snowballed out of control. I think Team Falcons Vega should have had the easier snowball in the mid-game.
So now at what point? I mean, luckily CFU hasn't escaped too far away, right? Team Falcons Vega only about 1,000 behind, 1,500 behind. But CFU has hit a nice spike with Tagami 5-0-3. They got the snowball this time. What's the big play for them on this next Lord?
Falcons Vega have to get to that point wherein Fal can throw out these jumps without dying. By buying the immortality just about 2 seconds ago, that should help. That, and I haven't really seen Violet hit an amazing penalty zone. Maybe she doesn't have to hit a penalty zone. Maybe she just hit 1 or 2. But easier said than done when you're looking at not just an I'm offended, but also a final flash. Moshi Bang has been, you know, doing a lot of work. Like when you see that animation, oh, that's kimochi. That's oishi for the Japanese. I mean, it's just a delicious initiation.
That's the mochi. The mochi.
That's Japanese cuisine.
Mochi,
They're
mochi.
Kamai.
Hey, man. They're the Kunoichis.
No, that's Tagami. Here's a jump by Dahl.
Oh, nice pick on Abby here. The penalty zone misses too. Mochi Bang able to get the final slash, the dash through, and in comes Yui Fendi with a blazing new weapon. Too much damage onto Yui. Melee picks it up, finds it. That's 1 down for CFU. Tagami playing the bush, looking for a possible play here. In comes Abby as well. 4 members pushing back Falcon Vega.
Oh, wow. Falcons Vega hit him where it hurts. CFU Serendipity, they were still playing the map. They were looking for a play. Team Falcons Vega set it up maybe 5-10 seconds too early. They did not expect. Yui gets a jump in.
Yui going to be in trouble here. The lock on the damage. The launch force, and that's enough to get Chincha the kill. Next going to move on to Abby. Abby's got to get back, able to get the stun on the Chincha. Mochi Bang there as well. But Chincha able to find Abby. Now Tagami just hiding in the bush. They're going to have to give this Lord up most likely.
They slipped up. This is the equivalent of a banana peel. Honestly, they could have done better to check those bushes, stuck together. They knew that there were more members of Falcons Vega on the map, but now they had to concede a massive objective. This is a scaled up Lord. And it all started with that pick off on Yui Fendi, and then another one on Yui, another one eventually on Abby. It's all crashing down. What is it, 14 minutes? This is the Lord that jumps.
This is the Lord that jumps. Very true. Couldn't have said it better myself. Looking at some of these items, there's one thing that Melee has done great, and that has always kept up with Tagami. Right now, holding the lead.
I mean, the shutdown gold has to matter, right? Who did they shut? There's not even a shutdown gold. They just farmed out of their minds after the pick
farming
off.
their minds off.
Now she's up by 700, 1,800 gold. That's huge. And all right, luckily Tagami doesn't have her Skypiercer stats reset, right? So they can find a way to get in again, clean house. But first off, they gotta defend.
All right, final slash does come in for Moshi Bang there, but the Lord is coming down about 70%. Gets the dash onto the wall, gets the smash. Looking for something here. Falcons Vega playing the distance, keeping it slow, keeping it steady. Minions able to come through, but unable to get an inhibitor, and they back off. Another wave coming. Are they going to try to force this? CFU looking to play themselves. Tagami playing the quad shadow once again. Dashes to the back into the base. Penalty zone, lands into the wall. And a nice final slash into the response. We'll see if you try to capitalize. Moshi Bang goes down first. Out comes the blazing duet. Tagami forced back. Looking for the quad shadow. Unable to lock out the damage, and Thal with a big revenge against the wall. Tagami now on the run. The Shinigamis are here. Team Falcons Vega looking to wipe them out, but Tagami wants to defend, but they're already on the base. CFU, I don't know if Tagami can do it all by herself. Too low, too late, not enough time. Team Falcons Vega with the 2-0.
They lost some